Alright, so I'm going to explain why modern politics is a sham as quickly and concisely as I can so you don't get bored. I'm going to have to go way back. Up until the 1500s, the Catholic Church held a pretty solid monopoly on the Christian religion. Around this time, Martin Luther, a Catholic priest, began to question why the Church operated in ways never taught in the Bible, such as a hierarchy within the Catholic Church as well as donations absolving one from sin. These things seemed overindulgent to Martin Luther, prompting him to write his thesis in 1517 and thus began the Protestant Reformation. This separation from the Catholic Church created wars all across Europe and the Middle East. The Catholic Church, desperate to maintain their monopoly, called upon Ignatius Loyola, who was the head of the newly formed Society of Jesus, later to be known as the Jesuit Order. The Council of Trent convened in 1545, which is where the Jesuit Order had been decided to operate as agents of the Church. Leaders all across Europe became aware of Rome and the Catholic Church's meddling in political affairs, namely Jesuit priests, resulting in them being banned by Pope Clement XIV in 1773. Pope Clement was acting on behalf of pressure from the monarchs in France, Spain, and Portugal. The agents of the Jesuit Order never planned on stopping their mission as their oath bound them until death. Pope Clement XIV died a year later in 1774. He believed the Jesuits poisoned him with arsenic. Adam Weishaupt, a Jesuit priest, formed a new secret society in 1776 carrying the same canon law as the Jesuit Order. This organization was called the Illuminati. Now, the Illuminati, being cut off from Vatican funding, needed financial backing. This is when they made a deal with the Rothschild family, who had established a monopoly on the banking industry in Europe. The Rothschilds were devout Jews and only agreed to partner with Rome under the condition Jerusalem would be returned to the Jews when the opportunity arises. The Illuminati saw the Freemasons as a perfect boys' club to secretly invade. Word of this new organization growing in Europe attracted thousands from Europe and even the newly formed Protestant nation of America. The only members welcome were wealthy, educated elites. The Illuminati used Napoleon Bonaparte and the connections built through the Freemasons to overthrow France with very little resistance. Napoleon was used to create chaos and punish anyone associated with the banning of the Jesuit Order. The French Revolution helped the Illuminati gain an even stronger foothold within the government across Europe. The new threat they needed to be concerned with was America, as it was predominantly Protestant. However, the Western arm of the Illuminati, known in the US and Yale University as Skull and Bones, was gaining popularity as well. Back in Europe, Napoleon had put enough pressure on the church that they reinstated the Jesuit Order in 1814. Napoleon was ordered by the Jesuits to sacrifice his own army at the Battle of Waterloo in 1815 as a last fuck you to France for having the Jesuits banned. Disgraced, they no longer needed Napoleon's services, so he was shipped to an island where he was poisoned using arsenic. Napoleon, angry at the double crossing, was quoted saying, "To save time, please pause this and read the quote." Many founding fathers voiced concerns of Rome's involvement in US politics. The most notable is Abraham Lincoln, and we all know how that worked out for him. Both sides became so corrupt, even in the US and across the world. This is when they honored the deal with the Rothschilds back in 1948 by gifting Jerusalem to Israel shortly after World War II. Politics serves one purpose: to use your vote simply to gauge the population and figure out what to tell you so you don't start a revolution of your own.